Hi everyone. How's everybody doing? And can I share my screen, please? Okay, I like the responses. Okay. Hi James, please could you make me a host so I could share my screen? Okay, thank you so much. Um, can you let me know if you can see my screen? Can you? Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Sybil and I'm excited to be here. Oh, my screen. Okay, my video is not on. Hi everyone. I'm excited to be here. This is going to be a very interactive
All
session.
right.
So you can unmute yourself when you have to, but let's follow the rules so that we can have a lovely session. I'm honored to do this with Ife, and I know that by the end of this session, you're going to give your practical insights. And thank you to the team for giving us the opportunity to do this. So let me just move straight to why we are here. Okay. So this is where it all began. I'm Sybil. I'm not sure everybody knows me. So I just want to use some few minutes to tell you my story. Then we dive into what we are here for. So in final years in Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, I studied actuarial science, and my final year project was about the volatility between the stock market and the bond markets. I'm not sure most of us might understand what that means, but in a nutshell, um, doing that project work meant that I'll be able to invest in the stock market and the bond market. But in reality, I didn't have any practical knowledge on how to invest in the stock market or the bond market. So after school, I decided to do further research so that I'll be able to practice what I found. Because I got a distinction in my project work, but in reality, it was not reflecting in my wallet. So I came across investment friend, I took their courses, I started practicing, and it's been good so far. So that's my story. That's my project, my team members.
Okay.
And almost I can relate it to everybody here because when James was speaking, he spoke about the fact that some of us are university students. So this is me in my uni days. I'm such a proud student. And also some of us are entrepreneurs. I started a business. It's not easy being an entrepreneur. Some of us are working. I also work. So I can feel your pain. I've been in everybody's shoes before, I guess. Yeah. So I need us to unmute or probably type it in the chat session. I'll need someone to help me read the chat session because sometimes when I share my screen, I'm not able to view the chat. So James, kindly help me with that, the chat session. So this is the question. If you were to cut down a tree and these were the only options
All
available,
right.
what would
All
you?
right. I was helping with that.
All right, thank you. What would you choose? Will you use a blunt axe cut down the tree, or you sharpen the axe before you using it to cut down the tree? Can you let me know your thoughts? Can you let me know your thoughts? Or should I read it? Okay, I think everybody can see it. Okay, and also tell me
All
your
right.
reason why. Your
Vida
reason for your.
says she would sharpen the axe before she cuts down the tree.
Okay, great. Anyone else? And why? I also want the why. I want the reason. I love the reason behind things. Yeah. Why would you do that? Anyone? Anyone? I'll let start. Why would you do that? Anyone? You can actually unmute to make it faster and interactive. By the way, I'm not here to give you a lecture. It's going to be a discussion because most of us have an idea of what we are about to say. We're just going to deep into your mindset. So let's do this, guys. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself too. So let's go. Okay, Clifford is saying I'll sharpen the axe before cutting the tree. Okay. Vida is saying blunt is like exerting more effort and getting no results. It's like fetching water with a woven basket. Hey, you guys are full of wisdom. That's amazing. I love that. They said, I would rather sharpen the axe, cut the tree. It makes the process easier and faster. Great, amazing. I really love the way we think, and I agree with what you are saying. So the lesson why I brought this up is to tell us that sharpening your axe saves time and energy in the long run, and you are most likely to achieve your goal, unlike using the blunt axe. And I want to connect that illustration to our personal finance. Imagine anytime you're thinking about personal finance, this is my opinion, these are my thoughts. I want you to think of the blunt axe as when you are not pursuing knowledge about your personal finance. That means that anytime you're not intentionally investing your personal finance knowledge, you can be a blunt axe. And also a sharp axe, that means that you're continuously seeking for knowledge about personal finance and building the right personal finance habits. All right. So I just want us to embark on a very short exercise. I think we can just type it out in the chat section. I want you guys to write down all the words which you think are related to personal finance.
You also have hi.
Yeah. Can you all see my screen, please? Okay. All right. Kindly write down all the words which you think are related to personal finance. Okay, I can't see the chat. James, can you help me with the chat? Okay, I've seen it. Expenses. Anyone else? More words. More words. Soft life. Hey. I like that. Some of us agree that soft life is part of personal finance. Okay. Decisions, questions, income, savings, expenses. So, hey, it looks like most of the women you like soft life. Oh, okay. Budget, track, investment. Did they say savings, budget, investment, health, expenses, soft like income? Okay. Let me take more. Income, savings, questions, investments. Viola is saying budget key. Clifford is saying soft life. Hey, Clifford, the way your soft life is first there, we have to investigate. So that's interesting. Soft life, income, breakdown, health, savings, budget, investment, growth, decisions, track. Bernardine
Oh,
is
fine.
saying, pardon? Okay, let me take a few more, then we'll move forward. I'll put mascara. Without money, how can you afford one? Interesting. I love your thoughts pattern. Breakdown, budget saving. Soft life is very necessary. Interesting. Vacation. It's funny how most of us are seeing those first. Interesting. That's nice. So because of time, we'll move on. Okay. So these are a few words we'll be focusing on. I think I'll end at the budgeting so that my sis Ife will continue with the savings and investments. So how do you understand these financial concepts, income, expense? I don't want dictionary definition. I want your definition. How do you understand it? Income. How do you understand income? How do you understand expense? How do you understand budget? I think for this, I'll prefer people speaking instead of typing because you can Google definition and put it in the chat for me. Is it possible, James? Can you help me with that?
Yes, they just have
Okay.
to unmute.
Oh, yeah. So anyone can unmute. Do they have to raise up their hands or something? Okay. So who will be the first volunteer? Who will be the first volunteer? Okay. Can Herita unmute and speak? I actually want to hear your voices. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I understand income to be the amount of money that you receive from various sources. So, be it your work or parents.
Okay. So in summary, money that comes to you, that's income. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone can explain anything there. Income, expense, budget, income. Okay. Vida, can you speak for us? I actually want to hear your voices. That's why. And if you can show your face, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. So that when I see you in public, I'll be like, oh, I remember you from this session. Yeah. Anyone. I hope you're not shy. I hope you're not shy. Okay. Okay. Oh, if your hands is happy, you can actually just speak. James, is anyone's hand up?
No, not yet.
Okay, because I can see use the hand.
Okay,
Okay,
Clifford.
Clifford.
I can see Clifford's hand, so you can unmute Clifford.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll explain investment. So basically, investment is setting money aside to make it work for you.
Okay, I like that. Setting money aside to make it work for you. I love that. Anyone else? Last person, last person, last person, last person, last person. Okay, so let me read by this one because you can't unmute. Income is the payments you receive for work. Okay, so who would like to explain the expense and the budget for us? The expense, what's an expense? You've made an expense. I'm sure today everybody has made one or two expenses. So what is an expense? Diane, yes, she. Please, you can speak.
Hi, Sybil. I want to go with budget.
All
I
right.
think budget is basically like having a plan for your money, like how you want to spend it or the things you want to spend it on. So that's what a
Okay.
budget is. Yeah.
Okay. Great. 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 Thank you so much. And I think finally, what haven't we spoken about? Savings. Has anybody spoken about savings? Has anyone said what savings mean? Anyone, anyone, anyone? How do you understand this? I don't want dictionary definition, please. How do you understand it? How do you understand it? Any volunteer? Any volunteer? Okay, Rodney, since your camera is on, can you tell us what you think about it? There's no wrong definition. We are here to learn. Okay, Rachel is saying, okay,
Hello.
Rodney is, hi, Rodney.
Hi, sorry. Sorry, what was the question again? What savings
What
was?
saving? Yeah, how do you understand it?
Yes, I understand savings as like setting money aside to well, quote unquote, save up for something in the long run. Let me say like uh, putting money just to save up to purchase something, if that makes sense. Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, Rodney. And I
yeah.
will quickly say, okay, savings. Okay, is it Elkanah? Savings putting money aside for unforeseen circumstance. Okay, so savings putting money aside for a purpose. And so example of that purpose is for an unforeseen circumstance. And Awuku is saying expense looks at the forces that chop your money. So the forces that chop your money are expenses. I like that definition. I think I'll not forget that. All right. So for income, I just want us to do a reflective exercise in the next 3 minutes. How many streams? So the first question is, if you have a notepad or maybe your phone, you could write this down. I usually do these exercises periodically to help me trace my income and know how to build my income. So the first question is, how many streams of income do you want to have by the end of the year? I want you to write it down. How many streams of income do you want to have by the end of the year? I want you to write it down. And the next question is, how many streams of income do you already have? Maybe if you're a 9 to 5, maybe if you're a student and your parents give you money, or maybe if you have a side hustle, maybe if you're a content creator, I want you to write all those things down. How many streams of income do you already have currently, 2025? And the last question is, what's the frequency of each stream of income? Your present sources of income, your present streams of income, what's the frequency of each stream? I want you guys to note it down. After noting it down, I just need like 3 volunteers to speak to answer these questions if you are comfortable with it. 3 questions, 3 volunteers. When you're done, kindly put in a thumbs up that you're done. Is someone speaking? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. By that, three hopefully. Okay, that's what you want to have. Okay. Then one at the moment. You currently have one, and the frequency is monthly. Okay, so you want to have three. So I would be saying he wants to have three streams of income by the end of the year, but he currently has one from a 94. Hey, that's nice, 94. And the frequency is monthly. Okay. Anyone else? Two more volunteers. That's if you don't mind sharing. How many streams of income do you want to have by the end of the year? How many streams of income do you already have? And what is the frequency of each stream? Any other volunteer? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, Rachel is saying she would want to have two, but she currently has one, and the frequency is weekly. Hey, that's so cool. Weekly. Okay. Okay. Haley, pardon me if I didn't pronounce your name rightly. So Haley wants to have three, but currently has one, and the frequency is weekly. Okay, okay, that's nice. But I hope okay, Jay is saying he wants to have three, currently has one, and it's monthly. Okay, great, great. Let me see if there's any one, then I'll move on. Five. So Berima is saying he wants to have five, but currently has two, and the frequency of each is monthly and weekly. That's great. So Elkanah is saying projecting three, but currently have one. Frequency is not regular. Okay, that's great. So I want you guys to note these questions down, and probably at the end of each month, you reflect on it and find out whether you're making any kind of progress. So the reason why I made us start with the first question is because in the next exercise, we are going to do a skills awareness exercise, because it's okay for us to set a goal, but for us to actualize the goal, it's important to think about our skills and how to build those skills. So we're going to do another short exercise. I just hope within time. James, please let me know if I'm within
All
time.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, within time.
Okay, thank you so much. So this exercise, a skills awareness exercise, what skills do you have that can be monetized? That can be monetized. That's the first question. I want you to note it down. You can also note down the question. You can take a screenshot of it so that you could ask yourself these questions on a regular basis. What skills do you have that can be monetized? Sometimes you feel like some skills can be monetized. The first time I learned that my public speaking skills could be monetized was when I attended the public speaking workshop, and I was like, hey, so people just pay me to come and speak. I like that. So that's one skill that I learned that it can be monetized. So what skills do you have that can be monetized? There's no skill that is too small. And the next question I want you to ask yourself is that what skills do you need to master before monetizing? Sometimes you need to improve upon that skill before you actually start monetizing. So what skills do you need to master before monetizing? And the last question is, based on your current skills, write down 2 to 3 possible streams of income based on the skills you have. Based on the skills you have. So I want you to just, in like the next 2 minutes, I want you to think about all the skills you have. You could write them down. Write them down. Sometimes you just need to write them down. And don't trivialize any skill. Don't trivialize any skill. Because trust me, some of the skills you trivialize can bring you much more money than your 9 to 5. So I want you to write those skills down. Based on those skills, write down 2 to 3 possible streams of income. The reason why I didn't come to suggest 10 side hustles you can start is because everybody is different. God has gifted everybody with different skills and abilities. So it would be very limiting if I just come to put 5 side hustles you can embark on as a young Ghanaian. No, I want you to actually reflect on these questions, because in reflecting on these questions, you will find the answers. I may not be able to give you the answers, but I can help you find the answers. So I just want you to reflect on these for the next minutes. Then I'll just need like 1 or 2 people to share. So okay. When we are done reflecting, can you let me know so that we can have people share?